Hey, good morning, guys. My name is Stetson Randolph. A little bit about myself is I've been in the Navy for about 9 years now. Really enjoyed it. Gives me an opportunity to give back, to serve the American people, and to ensure that I do my part to help keep our nation safe. That's a little bit about myself. So I'm here today basically to give you your daily motivation to get you through the day and to really focus on some different areas of your life to improve it. So when you talk to me, you can talk to anybody. I always say that I'm the best at whatever I do. It's not being confident or arrogant. So if you say, like in my particular job in the military, I always say that I am the best at what I do. When you see the example of anybody, I am the best. The reason why is I'm truly interdependent now. Took me a while to get there, but I'm truly interdependent. I take my efforts plus the efforts of everybody around me in order to accomplish a goal or a mission. So I've been in almost 9 years, be June. And when I tell you about my efforts plus the efforts of everybody around me is, so say I have Chief on the right hand side. He has about 15 years of experience. And I have a first class that has about 12 years of experience. So I take the 15 plus the 12 plus my 9. That's well over 30 years worth of military experience. So I walk into any situation with over 30 years of experience. That's why one reason I say that I'm the best. And then let's take it even farther, guys. Let's take it to a biblical standpoint. When you say you're the best, let me give you a few examples and from a biblical standpoint so you can get this point. In Genesis 1 verse 26, then God said, "Let us make man in our own image, after our likeness, and let them be dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the heavens, and over the livestock, and over the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth." That really brings my point home. God created us not exactly to do all the work, but He gave us dominion and power. Once you understand that having dominion and power, I think you'll go pretty far at whatever goals or anything that you really want to accomplish, guys. So really just think about that going into your job. Know that you are the best at what you did, at whatever you do, because God gave you dominion and power to operate in that area. And guys, if you looking to further your career in whatever you do, whether it's for me, whether it's in or out of the military, you would really want to develop your leadership. Just leadership is really important. And what I recommend, guys and girls, is to look at Toastmasters. Zig Ziglar had got me on this. He's like I haven't met him yet, but he's like a mentor that I cater all my information from, like a little bit of my information from. He advised Toastmasters. And what Toastmaster is, it's an organization that helps you be better at public speaking. If you want to influence a lot of people, you have to be very careful with your words and how you convey them and make sure that every word that come out of your mouth matters. You can also do this at church or any other organization that lets you get in front of a lot of people and at one time to develop your leadership. That's what it's all about, developing your leadership in order to get something accomplished. Another thing, I recently read a Zig Ziglar book. It was "I'll see you at the top." That's my favorite quote by Zig Ziglar. "I'll see you at the top." And he said that to be a good employee, You got to know what to do, how to do a job. I said, what is it saying? He explained in detail what to do. What to do is when you go to a job and they give you instructions and you know exactly what to do, that makes you a good employee. But if you want to be a good leader and lead a lot of people, you got to know the what and you got to know the why. If you know these two components, you'll go as far as you need to be in the given time that you need to promote. So if you know why you're doing something, you're most likely to get you on board and the people around you on board in order to accomplish a mission. Another point that I want to take home is the importance of setting a goal. Let me say that again. The importance of setting goals. When you look on my refrigerator, because it's obvious, I love to eat. And prior to going in the refrigerator, you see my goals on the refrigerator. I have short term and I have long term goals. And I'll explain in detail how you should break down these short term and these long term goals. Zig Ziglar said, you can eat an elephant one bite at a time. So if you work on something constantly over a long period of time, it will produce, I am confident that it will produce magnificent results for you guys. So when I talk about short-term goals, I'm talking about goals that you're trying to hit within 1 to 12 months. And I'll give you an example. For me, my short-term goal, one of them is to finish up school in July the 11th. That's what it is. July the 11th, finish my bachelor's degree and start my master's degree in September. That's an 18-month program if I push myself. So that is a short-term goal. It's reasonable, it's attainable, and I have a deadline for it. So June 11th, I have my bachelor's degree. It's September of 2016. I want to start my master's degree. Now, long-term goals. Let's go over long-term goals. Long-term goals are 12 months to 5 years. These goals are, you got to take it one bite at a time to accomplish. I am absolutely confident that if you work diligently for a 5 year period constantly, you'll be close or you'll hit that mark before. If you didn't hit it yet, you'll be hitting it soon or after. Just set your goals and execute on them. You see it. Put it in a place that your goals, put it on paper. That's most important because my goals are on the refrigerator. It's on paper. I can see it. It's tangible. So I can work towards it. So with the bachelor's degree, June 11th, I wrote it down. So every single day, I know that I got to do my homework. I got to do my projects in order to hit that goal. In September, starting my master's degree, I said to myself that I need to enroll in school. So I did that already. It's already set in stone in September unless something happens that won't allow me to get that degree. So long-term goals. I'll give you an example of long-term goals. I want to get a doctorate degree. And my goal for that is 2019. So I know that after I get the master's, I need to apply immediately for the doctorates. Take a little time off. Give yourself a breather. For me, a breather is like a month or two just to relax and recuperate and just be able to think about and process stuff out in order to get ready to execute it. So after I finish with the bachelor's, September, from July to September, I need to take a little break to not overwhelm myself, but do it a little bit at a time. Because if you try to accomplish everything at one time, people get a tendency to get overwhelmed. So just do it one bite at a time. Do it methodically, logically. And I am confident that you'll accomplish the missions that you set out to do. I got to give a few shout outs. I was recently talking to a guy that I known in the Navy. He's been in for about 13 years. Nicholas Gilmore. Shout out to him. He's a really good mentor, a guy, a powerful man of God, and a really good guy. Brian Morris. I'm gonna shout him out too because he, I was in City Trend and he was doing the will of God. He was doing the work that the gifts that God blessed him with. Let me explain that in detail. He was blessed with the gift of music. So he took his talents to a local market and he was sitting out there and selling CDs. And I was like, okay, I get what you're going, but he wasn't selling, worldly CDs. He was selling godly CDs. He was selling the gospel. And I was like, oh wow. So shout out to him. And lastly, shout out to Valdosta, Hahira, Lake Park. All the people that live there. That's where I originally come from. These are southern areas in Georgia. It's a place where I live day to day, and operated in these local areas. Valdosta, Hahira, and Lake Park. So the people down there know that. Like Zig Ziglar said, I'll see you at the top.
I gotta get my mindset, yeah, in the place where it needs to be. And I ain't got no time left. And I need you to
Credits
rescue
go out
me,
to
Lord. Please don't be
Stetson
no
Randolph,
stranger.
production by Stetson
Cause I
Randolph.
gotta get myself
All the
together.
final
And
edits,
I feel like I'm in
Stetson Randolph.
danger.
Shout out to my wife, you know who you are, the root, keep me together. Shout out to my Navy family. Y'all are all awesome. Just wonderful. Y'all have a wonderful day.